Hello friends, welcome in my channel Pharma Talks, and the today's topic is what is peak purity analysis, what is peak purity, why we perform it, and what is the purpose behind this. Okay, so now get started. What is the peak purity? Okay, now first let's see this graph. This is a graph, peak graph, where three peaks A, B, C, A, B, and C are co-eluting at the same RT. Okay, so with the help of the, if you run your sample in the UV detector, you cannot easily differentiate between the co-eluting peak. Why? Because if why? Because the no shoulders or valley are seen because of the co-eluting between the compound, no excessive trailing, and ABC are the three compound in the chromatographic peak. Okay, uh, when this situation have come, all the peaks are co-eluting at the same RT. So to distinguish or to check the peak purity, we use the PDA detector. So always remember, peak purity analysis of peak is done with the help of PDA detector, photodiode detector. Okay, now we started. What is peak purity? Peak purity analysis is designed to detect the presence of an impurity that is co-eluting with the analyte peak. So the word co-eluting, always remember, it is used to detect the presence of impurities that is co-eluting with the analyte peak. Okay, when your peak purity is passed, I was explaining in my part second video, which is the specificity. Go and watch it. For impurity detection with a single wavelength UV visual detector, one must see a shoulder, valley, or excessive tailing to suspect the presence of an impurity. The absence of these features on the chromatographic peaks are not an assurance of peak purity. The impurity was not seen because the chromatographic resolution is too low, less than R is equal to 0.3, or the impurity concentration is quite low. Photodiode array detector can provide the additional information using the acquisition of spectra to determine peak purity. Okay, peak purity are get with the help of acquisition of spectra. Okay, peak purity analysis incorporate Waters Millennium software and data from the Waters 996 photodiode array detector to detect the presence of co-eluting impurities. The spectral uniqueness of each compound is used to indicate when there are two or more compounds present in the peak. So what does PDA detector do? Just it can spectral uniqueness of each compound is used to indicate when there are two or more components present in the peaks or not. Is just observing the spectra, uniqueness of a spectra to detect the peak purity. Okay. What is the peak purity analysis? Suppose it is your reference spectrum. Okay. So what does it do? Peak purity. Peak purity is an analysis of absorbance spectra across the peak to determine if they are all similar or there are differences. If there are spectral differences, it implies there are two or more compounds eluting in that chromatographic peak, each being spectrally different. The Millennium Peak Purity algorithm analyzes each spectrum in the peak. If the data is collected at 1 point per second and the peak is 20 second wide, 20 spectra will be analyzed. All spectra in the peak are compared to the apex spectrum, which is used as an internal reference point. What does it means? Okay, now I explain it. If the width of your peak is about 1 minute and the your sam and your data detection point is 1 point per second, so total width of the peak, it can detect the 60 spectral points. With the help of these 60 spectral point, all the spectra in this point are compared to the apex spectrum, which is used as the internal reference point. With the help of this and the uniqueness of these spectra, they can give the peak purity of the compound. Okay, a photodiode array detector is used to determine peak purity. by determining spectral homogeneity across the peak. This is sometimes referred to as peak homogeneity. It is never proof of chemical purity. Why? So never confuse with the word of peak purity and chemical purity, because both are the different thing. Okay, I can make video on this topic later. The impurity must be spectrally different from the analyte. Okay, it is never proof of a chemical purity. Why? Because this is the reason. The purity must be spectrally different from the analyte. There must be some chromatographic resolution between the analyte and the impurity. The impurity must be present above the limit of detection. To prove chemical purity, the sample must be analyzed several different ways using the different techniques such as LCMS, IR, NMR, wet chemistry, or PDA. Peak purity or homogeneity is used to help with chromatographic methods development as an indication that a peak may not be a single compound. So that's its friend. It is all about the peak purity analysis, why we perform the peak purity, all this over. Okay, so if you like the video, please subscribe my channel, share with your friends, and share and like, comment on it. Okay, thanks.